Mavs won last night. Luka at one point was like 3 of 20 or something like that.
Yeah, he had an off night shooting the ball.
So he had an off night shooting the ball, and the Mavs still win. And do you know what my favorite thing is right now about watching the Dallas Mavericks?
Is it Derek Lively the second?
No, but that's a close candidate. And by the way,
Okay.
why isn't he starting?
I don't know. I was 99% sure he was going to start, but and I know that Kid said that that could change depending on matchups and stuff, but it's so early. You don't want to make any sweeping judgments of anything, but so far, in the 3 games the Mavericks have played, 2 with what I would contend are far inferior opponents. Phoenix is probably, a pretty damn good team. If they stay healthy this year, but it's quote unquote worked. Tonight's going to be a huge test, and you're going to be there at Cosm watching it in all its full glory. Man, dude, could you please get some Cosm videos and we can use them in poor spacing and we can use them here on Thursday?
Yes.
But no, so it's not Lively the second. Is it just Clay catch
Oh wait,
and shoot?
I want to say this.
Yeah.
It's so I'm not complaining that Lively's not starting.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about the strategy because maybe it just makes that second unit that much more powerful because it's not, and look, you have so many stars with the big three already in that starting lineup. It's, Gafford does not need the ball. And neither does Lively, but I mean, I don't know. It's just maybe I think Lively has much more juice than Gafford. I think they're both great.
Yeah.
And so maybe it just makes that second unit that much more powerful.
Yeah, that could be. And then also, the way they want to tweak rotations maybe to where Lively will be in at the end of the game, I think could be a part of it. And obviously that's going to change based on matchups and fouls and stuff like that. But no, I understand what you're saying. The idea of giving that second lineup juice, I don't know what the metrics are, and I haven't talked to anyone over at the Mavericks that could set me straight. Just eyeball test. I feel like Lively's a better defender than Gafford is. And it could be that with that, all those defensive players coming off the bench together, that the idea is they're just going to snuff the other team out and really pad a lead right there. But I haven't heard Kid speak on specifically why he's got it like that. But hey, it worked last year, right?
Did you see how many pairs of shoes Luka wore in the game last night?
I didn't notice. What was it?
So I follow Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
And
That dude's great.
He's great. And he had this last night. Luka wore 4 different pairs of shoes in that game. And I don't know if you're not having your night shooting, you might think it's all right. It's this wristband, it's these shoes, it's this or whatever, and you try to switch it up so you can find it. Maybe that's why he wore 4 different pairs. But no, you're right. It is Clay catch and shoot. I love it so much, and he just doesn't need much time. I guess obviously everybody has seen Golden State and you watch games and really honestly, so many times, I'm not really watching Clay, it's not the showstopper guy on that team.
Right.
And so I knew that, that game where he hit all those threes and never dribbled the ball or dribbled the ball, I knew that he was a catch and shoot machine, but I didn't realize how little time he needs. Like all he needs is a tiny amount of space and it's going up. And even when he misses, he only barely misses. And I just love the way that Luka is looking for him. And
Yeah.
I don't want to take shots at anybody. I'm not trying to do that, but it would break my heart last year or in the years past to see Luka work his ass off and like draw the whole defense and then have some miracle pass to somebody that hits him in the breadbasket and they're either scared to take the shot or they throw up a brick. And I'm like, and dude, that's going to happen with Clay too. He's going to miss shots. It's just the nature of the game. But it just seems to make Luka so happy to be able to get Clay the ball, let him shoot, and know that it's most likely going in. It's just my favorite thing to watch right now.
The 2 easiest ways to get uncontested threes are after offensive rebounds and in transition. It's super obvious in transition. Luka is going where's Clay? Like the second he has the ball, because that is a wide open 3. And that's really fun to watch. And, teams will start adjusting to that. I don't have the updated stats, and maybe we'll be able to get them. We want everybody to watch. We love it when you watch the Super Soaker. Please keep spreading the word, but we also want you to watch our Mavs heavy show with Studio 41 called Poor Spacing. It's going to drop every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Spread the word for us. It's going to be really in-depth Mavs stuff. It's still going to be the way Ben and I do our thing. We're going to have fun. But I'll try to get the stat before our show tomorrow on the number of guarded threes Clay has taken, because it's shockingly low. Like, he's so open. In the first game, he took 10 threes and only one was guarded. Guarded in the NBA is considered the defender is within 4-something feet and able to, I forget the exact terminology for it. But I mean, you don't have to know that. You can just know either the guy's guarded or he's not. Is it a wide open, clean look? So of his 10 threes on opening night, only one was guarded. I'll try to get that updated stat for tomorrow, because no doubt we'll be talking lots of Klay Thompson tomorrow.
Dude, thank you for the shout out last night. That was awesome. So going into the second game, first game was TNT, right? It was a TNT game.
And I think tonight is TNT too. Yeah, it's Tuesday night. Tonight's TNT as well. Now, I would encourage you to watch our local broadcast on Channel 29. I'll be doing pre and post. And then obviously the crew is out there in Minnesota. We would way prefer you watch us than TNT or ESPN or whatever.
So I have DirecTV streaming, and I didn't realize that. I knew that, but I had just forgotten. And I heard that, Channel 29 was on DirecTV, so I thought, oh, I'll have it. And then I got home. My daughter had a game. What was that? Was that Saturday night?
Saturday night, yeah.
And so I got home, and I was like, all right. And I had Channel 27 and I had Channel 33, but I didn't have Channel 29. So I'm texting you about it, and I like to troubleshoot things with our big listenership, and because there's some expert out there. And so I was like, hey, how do I get this game? And I totally blew it by not thinking about it until the last minute. It's how I treated every test in high school, the exact same way. Oh, I'm taking a test right now. What is this about? And so I ended up getting the NBA package through the NBA app. The Mavs app will be out soon, but right now it's through the NBA and the season pass. And it was so unbelievably easy. And then there's a button where I can screen share it to my TV. So I was watching, and then I saw people last night asking, hey man, my screen is still glitchy or whatever, because it's fuzzy because it's going from your phone to your TV. And my son heard me saying that, and he was like, oh my God, just what an idiot. And he goes, Dad, we have the app on our TV. So he pulled up the app. So now I'm through the NBA app. I'm watching the Mavericks in like crystal clear 4K, whatever it is. It's gorgeous.
Nice.
And it was so unbelievably easy. And I know I've heard people say that getting the antenna is easy too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, KT was talking about how easy it was for him. I mean, it's a digital antenna. So I feel like I let people I know down, because I have UVerse, so I have Channel 29 in high def. And so I didn't spend any time researching what everybody's got to go through to get theirs in different situations. I'm like, follow Followwell. Followwell's a YouTube TV guy, which doesn't have it. So he went and got the digital antenna and posted a video and all this. But also knowing that, you can get it through streaming. I just didn't take the time to go do it because I got 29. And because I have 29, I have a DVR. So if I'm not going to be home, I can tape the game or whatever. So I'm still fortunate enough to be one of those guys that can operate like it's 10 years ago when Chuck Greenberg was making regional sports networks rich. So I'm still stuck in the past, but I'm happy you found a good solution and you're up and cranking rod like it's Kathy Ireland out there. And then you get to go to Cosm tonight to watch this game.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm excited about this Mavs season. I don't ever want to miss a minute of it. I mean, we're going to look back on this and go, what? We had that team? That's arguably the most talented team they've ever had in the history of the organization. All respect due to Dirk's championship squad. Okay, so we if you like our Mavs content, don't forget we have a new podcast on Mavs Studio 41 on the Mavs YouTube channel. It's called Poor Spacing. It'll come out every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Appreciate it if you watch that. The Mavs also put out our interview with Kyrie as just a single serving. So it's not our whole poor spacing show. It's just our interview with Kyrie.
Right.
And you can watch that on the Mavericks YouTube channel too. I'm sure that's where it is, right?
Yeah, it's just at Mavericks. And I would recommend subscribing to it because I do, and I get these little notifications because it's not just our show. Like Follow and Damaris do Take That With You, which is a great show. They did it, been doing it the last couple of years. And then, man, I haven't watched episode 2 yet, but what Machine and Jake from the Dumb Zone are doing with Roundball Talk is really exciting, and you will see appearances from our homeboy KT on there as well. So go subscribe at Mavericks on YouTube so you can get all this content because it's really good stuff. And they post interviews. And I mean, if you're a Mavericks fan, you should be subscribed to their YouTube channel.
Yeah.